Hi everyone, this video is on exercise 9a question 16. So a farmer has a field in the shape of a quadrilateral as shown below. The angle between fences AB and AD is 74 degrees, which is essentially this angle. And we want to find the angle between fences BC and CD, which is here. Right, so first of all, as the hint suggests, we need to make two triangles basically, so we can split this shape or draw the diagonal DB. And the first thing is basically finding the length of BD, because we can easily use cosine rule in this case since we have the angle in between of the two side lengths and we want to find the third side. So once we have found BD, then we can use another cosine rule to find the value of x. Now so the first equation here is a squared, which is basically bd squared in this case, is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. So now we can just substitute the values. So b squared is, well, b squared is 75 squared, but it's not a big difference here. So 75 squared plus 120 squared. By the way, this is the general formula that I wrote because that's how we normally this is a formula that is normally used for the cosine rule, but in this case, as you can see, we have a, d, and b, so it can vary. But maybe just to avoid confusion, I'm just going to write down the specific formula for this shape. So we can write bd squared is equal to ab squared plus ad squared minus 2 times ab times ad times cos a. Right, so now let's just substitute everything. So bd squared is basically equal to 120 squared plus 75 squared minus 2 times 120 times 75 times cos 74. And after calculation, the value of bd is equal to well, first let's write the value of bd squared actually. And that's because the reason that I'm not going to take the square root of bd is because this is going to give me a decimal value and with lots of uh, figures, about lots of digits. And we don't really need to do that because we are going to use bd squared in the next part anyway, so we can just keep this in this form for now. Although we can do that, there is no harm in doing that. So this is roughly going to be 122.7, but again, we don't really need to do that. So for the next part, now that we have bd, we can just use the cosine rule to find the angle. So we use the rearranged form of cosine rule, which is cos c is equal to a squared plus b squared minus c squared over 2ab. And in this case, we just substitute the values. So we have 135 squared plus 60 squared. So remember, these are the values of BC and CD. Minus 122. Well, let's just write the value that we got for BD. So which is 15,063.5276. So this is already the squared value. And now we have 2 times 135 times 60. All right, so after simplifying this, we'll have 0.41737 and just some more digits. So these are just the calculations, the standard calculation. So we take the cos inverse of both sides, and then we'll get 65.3 degrees to 3 significant figures.